Is your blood pressure still climbing even though your pills are stacked in neat little boxes? Do you check it every morning, only to see the numbers dancing higher than yesterday? You're not alone. In fact, thousands of seniors experience this same confusion every week. And they all ask the same question: why does nothing seem to work anymore? Let me tell you straight, there's a reason behind it. Not a vague one, not the kind that gets brushed off as just aging, a very specific, hidden pattern that's been ignored by even the most trusted routines. Your blood pressure isn't just reacting to your heart. It's responding to something deeper, something many overlook every single day, even with the best of intentions. Let's start from the inside. The first lie you've been fed: that medication alone is enough. Nope. What your doctor probably didn't mention is that over 40% of blood pressure medications lose noticeable effect after long-term use, if not paired with consistent mineral absorption. Yep, that's right. The medicine you count on can become a dull blade, not because it's bad, but because your body stopped cooperating. Here's how. Your kidneys are the filters that process both your blood pressure meds and your excess sodium. But as you age, those filters become slow, tired, less responsive. They don't throw out the junk fast enough. They don't hold on to the good stuff long enough either. You keep eating right, taking your meds, drinking water, and still, the numbers don't move. Why? Because your mineral levels are distorted. Low magnesium, low potassium, and sometimes even too low sodium after aggressive diet changes. The very habits you started to protect your heart may now be draining it. Let's break that down. Magnesium is the relaxer of blood vessels. It helps widen them, reduce resistance, let the blood flow calmly. Potassium, it balances sodium, supports muscle tone in your heart, and regulates nerve signals. But in elders, especially over 65, these two minerals plummet due to overconsumption of coffee or tea after meals, excess urination from water pills or diuretics, chronic low appetite or light dinners, lack of muscle movement during daytime. Oh, that last one, movement. Yep, let's not skip it. Do you sit longer than 3 hours in one go? Do you spend most afternoons in a chair or bed? That alone causes vessel stiffness. Your body stops releasing nitric oxide, the compound that helps vessels expand. Blood gets trapped in narrow tunnels, pushing harder against walls that no longer flex. That's not just aging, that's science. Now let's talk habits. You might wake up early, pop your pill with a glass of cold water, sit with your breakfast, watch the news, then move through your day slowly. Nothing wrong, right? Maybe not visibly, but here's what's happening deep inside. That cold water is slapping your digestion awake, slowing enzyme release. Your meds aren't absorbed fully. Your breakfast, often a toast, banana, or oatmeal, is low in the minerals your body actually needs to make the meds work. Then the stress from news headlines spikes your cortisol before your heart even begins its daily rhythm. By 9 a.m., your pressure's already climbing, and you haven't even moved. Meanwhile, your body's still processing yesterday's sodium. Maybe you had soup, or a couple crackers, even one slice of processed meat. All of them pack sodium, and if your kidney didn't clear them fast enough, they're now sitting in your bloodstream, pulling in water, making your heart work harder just to keep up. What? And you thought you were doing everything right? Let's switch to afternoon. Do you skip lunch or eat just a little to stay light? Do you wait until 3 p.m. to even remember water? These gaps cause your sugar to dip, then cortisol shoots up again. Cortisol, the same stress hormone that tightens arteries, raises heart rate, holds onto sodium like a greedy sponge. By 5 p.m. your blood pressure is peaking, and you never even got upset. That's the dark truth. It's not emotions, it's routine. A calm day on the outside, but chaos underneath. Let's talk dinner now. If your evening meal includes bread or noodles, store-bought sauces, frozen veggies with seasoning, grilled meats with pre-marinated flavor, then congratulations, you've just added more sodium than you think. Even the light or low-salt version, still packed with hidden sodium-based preservatives like disodium isonitine, monosodium glutamate, or potassium chloride. Sound healthy? They're not. And if dinner happens late after 8 p.m., your digestion slows, your sleep becomes shallow, your kidney filtration reduces by 40%. Salt stays. You wake up with swelling, puffy eyes, tight rings, maybe even a mild headache. Now let's connect the dots. You're taking your medication, drinking water, eating light meals, sleeping enough, but none of those are precise. It's like pouring clean water through a dirty funnel. Something's blocking it, something's twisting the results, and your blood pressure, it's simply reporting the reality beneath it all. So what can be done? Start with the timing of your Most medications work best 30 minutes before breakfast, with a warm liquid, not cold. Try mild lemon water or low-sodium vegetable broth, something that doesn't shock your gut, but rather opens it gently. Then your breakfast needs to include 1 boiled egg, 6 green protein, 65 ml warm potassium, 22 ml warm calcium, a handful of steamed spinach, magnesium, iron, a slice of avocado, potassium bomb, no toast, no cereal, no juice. Why? Because this combo doesn't spike sugar, supports digestion, delivers real minerals, and actually lets your medication function better. What about movement? Just 10 minutes of light walking between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. can lower afternoon pressure. Not speed walking, not sweaty run, just gentle pacing, letting your vessels stretch, your lungs move, your heart breathe a little. And yes, breathing matters. Try this. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This pattern activates your parasympathetic nerves, the ones that calm blood pressure without any pill. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've tried things before, I've adjusted, nothing works. Well, maybe you didn't try them in the right order. Maybe you didn't combine the right things. Maybe you fixed one pipe, but the others were still leaking. This time, we'll fix the whole plumbing. And believe me, there's a smarter way to make sure your blood pressure doesn't silently steal your freedom in the next 10 years. Just stay sharp. Every step matters. One wrong combination, and you're back to square one. Because your heart is not just pumping blood, it's carrying all your choices with it. Every beat, every pressure reading, every missed step, it remembers. And now it's your turn to remember too. Now let's go deeper, because your blood pressure is not just about salt or pills. It's about how your entire body communicates across every hour, every system, every decision. And when that communication gets blocked, the signals get louder, blood pressure rise to alert. It's not just a number, it's a message your organs are screaming. One of the first messages comes from your gut. Yep, that spot under your ribs, your second brain. It's not just digesting food, it's controlling how your blood vessels respond to stress, inflammation, and nutrient flow. And when your gut bacteria are out of balance, your blood vessels become stiff, your sodium stays longer, and your arteries start to inflame quietly. That's how you get high pressure even when you're doing everything right. What causes the imbalance? Here's the truth. Eating the same 2 or 3 vegetables over and over, using antacids or acid blockers too often, taking antibiotics more than twice a year, drinking chlorinated tap water without filtering, not having enough fiber or plant diversity in your meals. Those are the daily habits slowly killing gut diversity. And without the right bacteria, your body can't make enough short-chain fatty acids, which are the actual compounds that tell your blood vessels to relax. So what do? Start rotating veggies. Don't just eat broccoli. Add in red cabbage, bok choy, fennel, carrots, kale. Your plate should look like a farmer's market, not a cafeteria tray. Each color, a different bacteria species being fed. The more types you feed, the stronger your gut gets. And the stronger your gut, the calmer your pressure. Next, let's talk about nighttime pattern. Your blood pressure is supposed to drop while you sleep. That's called nocturnal dipping. But in elders, this drop often vanishes. Why? Because your sympathetic nervous system stays too active at night. You stay in alert mode, even when your body is supposed to be healing. What causes late TV watching? Using phones in bed, bright lighting after 7 p.m., loud or abrupt sounds at night, nighttime arguments or news scrolling. What does that all do? It pushes your cortisol up at the wrong hour, which keeps your heart rate up, which keeps your arteries tense, which keeps your pressure high, exactly when it's supposed to be low. Now the deeper issue, as this continues for months, your heart begins to adapt to the high pressure. Its muscle wall thickens. The chambers become smaller. Your pulse changes rhythm. And without you even knowing, your heart's job gets harder every night. So what should the night look like? No overhead lights after 7 p.m. Use lamps or amber bulbs. No phones in bed, keep it out of the room entirely. Warm water foot soak for 10 minutes before lying down. Dinner must end 3 hours before you sleep. That means if bedtime is 10 p.m., your last bite needs to be finished by 7. And that meal must not include salt-rich food. That means no canned soup, no cheese, no deli meats, no packaged sauces. Even a small spoon of ketchup holds over 170 mg sodium, and you only need 500-700 mg a day if your pressure is already high. Most elders eat 3 times that just at dinner without realizing. Now let's walk into another reason your pressure may climb without warning. Inflammation. Yep. That slow, quiet fire inside your blood vessels. Often triggered by processed oils, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil. These are in chips, crackers, store-bought dressings, frozen foods. You might think you're eating clean, but these oils age your arteries from the inside. Swap them for olive oil or avocado oil. These contain oleic acid, which reduces inflammation and actually helps loosen arterial tension. And do not just buy the cheapest olive oil. It must be extra virgin, cold-pressed, and in a dark glass bottle. Then there's the biggest misunderstanding of all. People think low blood pressure is safer, but that's only true in young bodies. In elders, a sudden pressure drop caused by dehydration, wrong medication timing, or skipping meals can cause fainting, falls, and even brain ischemia. That's why hydration must be steady, not all at once. You don't drink 2 glasses at 8 a.m. and then forget the rest. Instead, sip throughout the day. Start with warm water at waking. Drink a half glass every hour, and make sure your total by sunset is around 6 to 7 glasses. Not more, not less. Now let's open up something very few ever mention. Your breathing pattern may be damaging your pressure. Short breaths, chest-based breathing, mouth breathing, all these reduce oxygen intake and spike your heart rate. You need to train your body to return to belly breathing, nasal breathing, slow and rhythmic. Try this right now. Inhale through your nose slowly. Let your belly expand, not your chest. Hold it. Now exhale through your mouth gently, like blowing through a straw. Do this 5 times before sleep. It slows the autonomic nervous system. It sends a signal to your heart. Relax. And it works. Not by magic, but by physiology. Let's keep going. You might think your supplements are helping, but if you're taking calcium without magnesium, or iron without vitamin C, or B vitamins without enough water, they might be making things worse. Minerals work in teams. You can't just throw one at the body and hope for balance. For elders especially, the balance between sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium must be tightly controlled. So don't guess. Get your mineral panel checked once a year. Ask for serum magnesium, RBC magnesium, serum potassium, sodium, and chloride levels. These tell you what's actually happening, not what the supplement label promises. Now one last thing. If you're waking up with swollen ankles or a dull headache, or your blood pressure seems highest in the morning, it may be your body retaining fluid over. That's a sign of poor lymph drainage. Solution: light stretching in bed. Before standing, point your toes, rotate your ankles, raise your arms above your head. Breathe slowly. This gentle movement pumps your lymph, clears the stagnation, reduces the pressure spike, and as simple as it sounds, these are the choices that separate those who stay stable for decades from those who slowly slide into crisis. Because it's not just about taking care of your heart. It's about knowing what your heart needs and when. It's not about trusting routines blindly. It's about challenging them with wisdom, experience, and action. So now we come to the engine room of everything, your liver. If your blood pressure keeps rising despite clean meals, daily walks, and full sleep hours, your liver is likely slow, heavy, and struggling. It's not whispering, not hinting, it's blocking progress. And if that continues, your medication won't work, your food won't convert properly, and your pressure will never come down to where it should be. The liver has over 500 responsibilities, But when it comes to blood pressure, 4 of them stand out. It clears out used hormones. It filters out excess sodium. It produces albumin, a protein that regulates blood volume, and it manages your blood thinning balance, helping prevent clotting and pressure spikes. If your liver isn't doing those 4 things properly, everything else gets distorted. Blood becomes thicker. Sodium builds up in the vessel. Hormonal messengers get repeated. And the result? Your heart starts overworking to push that faulty blood around. You feel heaviness. You feel swollen. You feel out of control, and you don't even know why. Now, what ruins your liver's performance? It's not just junk food. It's not just alcohol. For elders, it's actually long-term OTC medication use, like acetaminophen or ibuprofen, daily fried snacks, even just one, skipping meals and then overeating at night, low hydration during the day, high intake of processed oils, lack of raw greens, and constant low-level stress. It's not always dramatic habits. Sometimes it's the normal ones that cause the slowest, most dangerous damage. Quiet, consistent, diddly. But here's the strategy. You don't need a liver cleanse. You don't need exotic herbs. What you need is organ support through daily rhythm, nourishment, and routine. Start with water. Drink 1 glass within 15 minutes of waking. Not cold, warm. Just 1 glass triggers your liver's daily bile flow. That's like turning the key in your car before driving. Skip this, and you start the day in neutral. Breakfast must include something bitter or green. Could be arugula, mustard greens, dandelion leaves. These activate your liver enzymes, so they start their job right after you chew. And your protein intake matters more than you think. Most elders eat enough food, but too little actual protein. Your liver needs protein to make transporters, enzymes, clotting factors, albumin. Without it, you get weak blood, slower healing, and yes, higher pressure. Try adding these daily: 1 boiled egg, 6 dream protein, 1 scoop collagen powder in water in 9 dream protein, 1 2-cup lentils 8 dream protein, potassium, 3 oz grilled salmon 3 oz odds, grilled salmon 21 dream protein, omega-3, 1 handful pumpkin seeds, 7 dream protein, magnesium. But here's the warning. Never eat protein without healthy otherwise your body digests it too fast, resulting in bloat, pressure spikes, and no absorption. So always pair lean proteins with things like olive oil, avocado, nuts, or ghee. That slows digestion, improves uptake, and protects your blood sugar rhythm. Let's shift to circulation now. Your lower limbs hold nearly 70% of your resting blood volume. That's a massive number. And if your legs don't move, your heart has to work twice as hard to circulate. Especially true when you sit long hours, or stand still for too long, or wear tights. That's why micro-movement every 90 minutes is critical. Not a workout, not cardio, just this. Flex both feet back and forth. Circle each ankle 10 times. Stand and raise heels 20 times. Sit and slowly stand up 5 times. These actions take less than 2 minutes, but they reduce pressure buildup, improve venous return, and ease your heart's workload instantly. Now the next layer is oxygen delivery. Low oxygen, high blood pressure. Simple as that. Your lungs need to be used deeply, not short, shallow upper chest breath. That sends stress to the brain and activates your sympathetic nerves. But full belly breathing, that triggers parasympathetic dominance. That's what calms the system. Best time to breathe deeply: after meals, during bathroom breaks, and before sleep. Now about posture. Posture affects blood pressure in ways most elders never notice. Slouched shoulders, bent neck, or hips tilted forward can literally compress your abdominal vessels. That interferes with lymph flow, hormone signaling, and even digestion. So here's the correction checklist. Shoulders back, chin level, not tilted down. Lower back gently curved. Sit with both feet touching floor. Avoid crossing legs for long durations. You can reset your posture 5 to 6 times a day with wall exercises or doorway shoulder stretch. Each time you do, you give your heart a break. You open up blood space, and you reduce resistance inside your core. Now let's quickly clear up a dangerous myth. Not all salt is bad. Yup, that's right. In fact, salt is essential to human life. It regulates fluid balance, nerve signals, muscle function, But it's the type and context that matters. If you're eating processed salt, like table salt with anti-caking agents, then yes, it's harsh. But if you're getting natural mineral salt, like Himalayan pink salt or unrefined sea salt, used in small amounts with lots of potassium-rich foods, it's actually supportive. Sodium needs potassium to work. That's the partnership. One without the other equals dysfunction. So eat banana, sweet potato, spinach, avocado, white beans. These are potassium giants. Now let's talk daily stress. Even if you're calm, even if your family's peaceful, even if you have no drama, internal stress still happens. From noise, from light, from clutter, from constant unfinished tasks. Every time your mind senses incomplete, it raises cortisol. That raises pressure. Solution: make a tiny routine. Wake, drink water, open curtain, write 3 things to finish today. Do 1 small cleanup task after breakfast. Turn off unused electronics after sunset. Stretch your hands, jaw and shoulders before bed. That's not self-care. That's blood pressure management through neurobehavioral rhythm. Now here's the final piece. Many of you do everything right, but still feel stuck. You take the meds, you eat clean, you rest, but the pressure won't drop. That's when you must ask, am I missing something physical? Is my heart rhythm off? Is my kidney working properly? Am I absorbing nutrients? Is my blood density balanced? Because without a deeper assist, one that supports the nerve systems, the muscle tone, and the sleep patterns, even the best advice won't land. There must be a tool, something that helps the body reset, a daily method that fits into your palm. No pills, no side effects, just quiet, targeted support, something you can use before bed or during rest time that makes your nerves stop rushing, makes your arms soften, your chest open, and finally, lets the body repair.